here at the Soleado Lavender Farm, which is right here in the shadow of Sugarloaf Mountain. We'll find out more about this beautiful farm in just a moment, but first let's get the lay of the land in Dickerson. Defined more by a postal code than political boundaries, the unincorporated community of Dickerson is located in northwestern Montgomery County between Sugarloaf Mountain and the Potomac River. Set in the agricultural reserve, Dickerson's nearly 62 square miles features working farms, 750 households, and spectacular vistas. It was the metropolitan branch of the B&O Railroad that put Dickerson on the map. The town was officially founded in 1871, and train service began 2 years later. Noted architect Francis Baldwin designed the station, which was constructed in 1891. Today it stands unused. However, this is still a marked commuter stop, and CSX regularly transports goods along this line. Set in the historic district, the Dickerson Market can be considered the center of town. A store has operated on this site since 1946.
Thank you. Have a good day.
For the last 21 years, it's been owned and operated by Michelle Ennis and her father, Buck Fowler.
A lot of people come in and just hang out and catch up on news and see what's going on, and it's just kind of a meeting place for the community. The post office is right next door. They rent the space from us. They've been here as long as I can remember.
Michelle has lived in Dickerson nearly her entire life.
I like it. It's very rural, a lot of farms, very nice, calm people. It's no city. Sugarloaf Mountain is basically my backyard. It's very nice.
From most vantage points, Sugarloaf Mountain dominates the landscape. While this popular national natural landmark is actually located in Frederick County, the only way to access it is through Montgomery County. Right down the road is the Sugarloaf Mountain Vineyard. Opened in 2006, these 21 acres produce award-winning vintages. Besides offering a great product, Sugarloaf Mountain Vineyard is a wonderful spot to spend an afternoon enjoying a picnic, great wine, and live music.
Today is our basically like normal, regular weekend Sunday. A lot of people actually came here from DC area, so that's really like short drive for them, less than an hour, so they can have the wine, have the countryside, hiking the mountains, especially because we are near to the Sugarloaf.
This vineyard is a great example of the economic and recreational assets available in Dickerson, something that is made possible in this county's agricultural reserve.
Well, it's so nice to come up here and see the history, the rich culture that continues to exist here, the existing working farms that still are out here, whether they're producing many of our grains, some of which are sold overseas, but a lot of the crops that are actually used right here in Montgomery County. You can go to different restaurants like Founding Farmers and find some of the crops that are grown right here in the Ag Reserve.
Another view in Dickerson landscape is man-made. These smokestacks serve a power-generating plant that opened in 1958. In the early 90s, the plant's 900-foot-long cooling water discharge channel became the Dickerson White Water Course, a canoe and kayak training facility that has drawn athletes preparing for the Olympic Games. And nearby in the Dickerson Conservation Park, one finds the biggest tree in Maryland. We visited this champion sycamore in the winter in order to better see its size. More than 135 feet tall with a circumference of almost 30 feet. As you can see, there is plenty to see and do in Dickerson. And don't forget, I promised you one more stop. Set in the shadow of Sugarloaf Mountain, the Soleado Lavender Farm is a unique niche where the quiet, breathtaking views of the countryside give way to acres of lavender. Sophia Watkins and her fiancé Kevin Salmeron started this venture 9 years ago because they were looking for something to do with her family's farm.
So my dad was growing wheat and soybeans organically here in the late 60s. So there was a real love of farming and need to care for this farm, already in the family. And we sort of took some time trying to figure out what we were going to do, and it became lavender.
The family farm covers close to 300 acres in Dickerson. Sophia and Kevin oversee 30 of those acres for growing lavender and hosting other events. Right now, there are 3 acres of lavender at the farm, and eventually there will be 8. There are several different varieties of English and French lavender grown at the Soleado farm. You can pick your own.
Okay, so $49.68.
Okay, excellent.
And there are handmade organic products available for purchase.
So there are a ton of things you can do with lavender, and it also allows us to make shelf-stable products. So the fact that we don't have to get it to market at one particular time during the year, but can make a natural handmade product that's made in Maryland, made in Montgomery County, and have it available for people all year round. That's really what inspired us.
On our visit to the farm, Sophia and Kevin were conducting one of their many classes.
You just want to cut an inch above that, like that.
This time, participants were making a lavender fan. Sophia told us, as a Montgomery County native who grew up on this farm, it's her dream to expose as many people as possible to this rich experience.
We get people come out here who have never been to a farm. And that's so significant because that means we did something different enough that we attracted people who wouldn't get to a farm otherwise. And so we see people come out who have mobility issues and probably haven't gotten out to a farm in years and make the time to come out here. And that means a lot to us. So it has to do with experiencing nature and experiencing this really special part of Montgomery County.
There is no cost to visit the Soleado Lavender Farm, but remember, it is open seasonally. So before you go, visit their website at soleadolavender.com. Well, that wraps it up for this edition of Neighborhood Niches. Maybe next time we'll be in your neighborhood. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for watching.